Hello everyone. How you doing today? I hope you're doing wonderful. This is Emmanuel from Hypernary School. So glad to be here one more time. Sorry for not being able to upload a video throughout the last couple of weeks because I was indeed having some time with my family. I was visiting my parents in another city. But I'm back. So excited to be here. I do apologize for that. But so without further ado, let me get started with the topic of today's video. How to stop being a student. I understand that perhaps most of you or some of you have a outstanding English level already, but guys, if you are still struggling when it comes to translating conversations from your native language into the English language, if you're doing that, let me tell you something up front, and let me be honest with you. Guys, you are in serious problems. It sounds very rude, but I don't want to be rude to you. I just want to be honest, and I want to be 100 with you. Guys, if you want to be efficient, if you want to speak effectively, if you want to sound native like, you gotta make like sort of a separation. You gotta create a separation. You gotta separate Spanish or whichever language it is that you speak since you were born and the English language.
Hey, what's your name?
Sienna.
Hi, Sienna. My name's Juan.
Nice to meet you.
I like your jeans.
Thank you.
Are you new here?
Yeah, I'm a freshman.
Where are you from?
California.
What part? San Diego. That's
Yeah.
awesome. It's beautiful over there.
Yeah.
I love going over there.
Where are you from?
I'm from Tempe.
Let's say that this is the English language and this is your native language. You have to learn that the right attitude can make the difference between failure and success. And by that, what I mean is that you gotta stop thinking of yourself as someone who is learning the English language, and you gotta start thinking of yourself as someone who already speaks the language. So it's a small change, but for some it's a very drastic change and very radical change. But you gotta make that change. How can you get to make that change? You gotta start surrounding yourself by more native English speakers. You gotta read more in English. You gotta read English articles. You gotta listen to English music. You gotta surround yourself by the English environment. But perhaps some of you might be like, well, but how can I do that if I live in a Latin American country and I rarely talk to native English speakers? I don't have American friends, or it's so difficult for me to have English conversations with let's say Americans or native English speakers. Guys, let me tell you something. There is no excuse. There is definitely no excuse. You can now. We have so many platforms online. There are a lot of things that you can resort to. For example, you can watch YouTube videos. You can follow YouTube channels. I understand that you are already doing that, but it's not just following a channel, it's not just watching a video. It's making English part of your life. It's feeling the language, is waking up in the morning and living the language. That's exactly when you get to turn into a native like English speaker. So I have already done that. I want you to do it. I understand everyone is different. I don't want to pretend you to be the way I am, but that is the only tip, that is the only way for you to become a successful English speaker. And I have talked to multiple English speakers already whose native language is English, and they have told me that they have noticed a very notable gap when it comes to non-native English speakers talking, because they sound unnatural. And the reason why they sound unnatural is because they are evidently translating every single sentence, word, and even the conversations from their native language into the English language.
I work, I stay right here. I stay right here and I'm looking for you. ¿Sí entender? I work. Me?
Trabajo.
Sí.
Él es el patrón.
Who?
De vos.
Can I talk to the boss?
Guys, you gotta stop doing that. If you're doing that, you gotta stop doing it and start, taking another direction, which is learning how to think in the English language. If you want to say the word apple in English, so you have to imagine the object. So let's say that this is the apple. So there is no need to think of the word in your native language. If you say apple, you immediately have to bring this apple into your head, and you have to imagine the object in your mind without needing to think of the, let's say, Spanish word, Portuguese word, or whatever it is, the language that you speak as your native language. Try to bring the English word immediately into your head without having to translate that word from your native language into the English language. So, and try to think of the correct word in English instead. Real fluency with English speaking happens when you start translating conversations. So please follow this tip, and that's when you will reach the correct fluency. And that's not everything, guys. If you wanna sound like a native English speaker, you have to learn certain sentences. You have to bear in mind, and you have to be aware of the fact that there are a lot of sentence structures that only exist in the English language. So you have to dive into the English language in order to achieve this goal. Otherwise, you won't be a successful English speaker. So hope this works for you, and I'm gonna be uploading more videos related to this topic, because I really want to make sure that you will be able to achieve a native like level like I did some years ago. I struggled a lot for about 5 or perhaps 7 years to achieve a notable level, but I also want to make sure that you achieve this level as well. So hope this works for you, and please don't forget to share these videos, smash up the like button, and if you're new here to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends, acquaintances, family members, and your relatives, and anybody out there who will perhaps like this video as well. So thank you for watching, and you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.